So we're going to go back and work on some divisibility things because I'm not sure just working with you, like I'm not sure if someone's gone over these rules with you or not, but they will help you as you move along. I mean, if you don't know them, you're going to be fine. It's just, it gets frustrating because you're not sure. So we're going to talk about divisible by 2. So we're going to kind of use both of these. We're going to talk about how you know that a number is divisible by a 2. You know a number is divisible by 2 if it's even. So let's talk about what an even number is. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then you start over. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And then you start over. 22, 24. And then you might get to like 122. You only care about the last number. Is the last number. So you really just need to remember 2, 4, 6, and 8, and 0. You just need to remember those. So you really have to remember 5 numbers. If it ends with a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, and an 8. Okay, so I'm going to try to kind of make these rules a little bit easier for you. So like if you look at number up here, we're going to go back up to the top where it says divisible by 2. So if you look at this, you're just looking at the last number. Is 8, 2, 4, 6, or 8? Yep. So I'm going to shade this one. That is divisible by 2. Okay. Then I'm just going to look at the last number. Is 5, 2, 4, 6, or 8? Nope. So I'm not going to fill it in. Is 7? We don't care about any other number but the last. Nope. We're going to look just at the last number. Nope. Or yes, that is one. Right? So do the other ones, please. In that row. So 6, the last number is even. 79, 9 is not. 0 is considered in this rule, right? You're looking for 0, 2, so that is even. 2 is even, 3 is not. So those would be the ones that I have shaded. Okay? All right, so the rule for being divisible by 3. Let's go down here and let's write this rule. After working with you, I feel like people have maybe skipped over these rules, and that's why you're getting frustrated when we're getting into like the factoring stuff. So the rule for 3 says, if the digits add up to something divisible by 3, then the number is. Okay, so you kind of have to know some of like the beginning of 3, like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 28, 30. Sorry, that's a 27. Usually that will cover it. So if the number is divisible by 3, so like if I did 1, 2, 0, 0, that's a big number. That's divisible by 3. So all I have to do in my head, 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 equals 3, and 3 is divisible by 3, so 1200 is divisible by 3. So if the digits add up, so 2 plus 2, I'm going to write, or sorry, we're on the 3. 1 plus 6 is 7. Does 3 go into 7? Nope, it doesn't work. 2 plus 4 is 6. This one you should know, it's in our list, right? 24. That is divisible. Okay, we're not sure on 4 and 45, but 4 plus 5 is 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yep. So we're going to fill that in. 5 plus 9 is 14. Is 14 divisible by 3? No, 15 is, so I don't fill that one in. 87, I have no idea, but 8 plus 7 is 15, and 15 is divisible by 3, so it is. I would like you to try those other 4. Okay, 1 plus 4, or sorry, 1 plus 3 is 4, so 4 is not divisible. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 4 is 6. 6 is divisible by 3, so 114 is. This would be 2, that's 3 plus 9 is 12. 12 is divisible by 3, so 129 is. And then finally 147, 5 plus 7 is 12, so 147 also is. So those ones are divisible. So you add up the numbers to see if it divides by 3. If the number that it adds up to is 3, divisible by 3, then that number is. Okay? All right, so let's look at being divisible by 4. So there's rules that help you with this. Okay? So to be divisible by 4, the rule says you look at the last 2 digits. If they are divisible by 4, then the number is. So this one, I don't know why I put 2 those. It's kind of like 3s where you've got to know the numbers for 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. You've got to know those numbers less than 100 that are divisible by 4 to make this rule work. Okay, so if I gave you the number like 12,340, okay, that's a big number. You're going to ignore all these numbers and just look at the last 2. Is 40 divisible by 4? Yes. So then this number is divisible by 4. You just look at the last 2 numbers. So I know 22 is not, right? So I know 22 is not, but 36 is. I know 50 is not. So those are ones you kind of have to know, 2s, 4s, and 3s. Like those are the ones you might want to study that pink sheet. 50 is not because 4 goes into 48 and it goes into 52. 68. So I got to think about this. 68, I know 4 goes in. So if I keep listing those, I went to 40. Right? So 44, 48, 52, 56, 60, 64, 68. So it does go into 68. You kind of have to memorize the 4s. You got to memorize your 4s. 82, so if I keep counting, I'd have 72, 76, 80, 84. So that skips it. So it's not. But then let's look at this one. This is where it gets easier. We just care about the last 2. Is 12 divisible by 4? Yes. So then this number is divisible by 4. Okay, so again, I'm just looking at the last number. Is 26 divisible by 4? No. So this number is not. Okay, do those last 2. Okay, I'm just looking at the last 2 numbers. 40 is divisible by 4, so this one is as well. Looking at the last 2 numbers, if I look, 56 is on my list, so that is divisible. Okay, so you can use your pink divisible multiplication table to do these problems to see if it works. Okay, so let's look at the rules for 5. 5 is a little bit easier. 5 says, so if I go to 5, 5 says, if the number ends with a 0 or a 5, that's the only way. So like 17,350. All you care about, you don't care about any of this stuff. You just care about that. It ends at a 0. So yes, it's divisible by 5. All you have to do on divisible by 5 is look at the last number. It's a 0 or 5. Okay, so all we're going to do on these is we're going to look at the last number. 5 is a 5. 27 is a 7. Nope. 30 ends with a 0. 42, nope. 50 ends with a 0. I would like you to do those other 4. 61, nope. 85 ends with a 5. 110 ends with a 0. 134, nope, ends with a 4. So we care only that it ends with a 5 or a 0. Okay, 6 is a little more complicated. Okay. 6 is a little more complicated, but it helps if you know it. It might help you in the long run. So a number is divisible by 6. Here is the rule. A number is divisible by 6 if it's divisible by 2 and 3. So I put a little yes at it. Okay, so a number like 168, I think. Yes, 168. Okay, so the first thing I look at, I'm just going to use this yellow. I look, is it even? So my answer to that question is yes. Okay, then I look at I add up the numbers. 1 plus 6 is 7, that's 15. That's a yes. So they're both yes. So since they're both yes, then this number is divisible by 6. So they both have to be yeses. So again, I'm going to look at this. It ends here. So my answer to that is yes. Probably should have picked a different color. And then if I add them together, they're 6. So that's a yes. So they're both yeses, which means this one is divisible by 6. And we kind of knew that. Okay, so is 27 even? No, so you don't even have to check it. Is 39 even? No, so you don't even have to check it. It does not work. It has to be even. 48 is even, so that gives me a yes for even. And then when I add those digits up, 4 plus 8 is 12. 3 goes into 12, yes. So that means that that's a yes. 63 is not even, can't even check it. 75 is not even, it will not even divide by 6. I would like you to try those next 3. Okay, 84 is even. So the answer to that one, the even question, it divides by 2 is a yes. And when I add them up, I get 12. So that's a yes. So this one works. 102 is even. So the answer to that question is yes. And if I add those up, I get 3. So the answer to that question is a yes. So this thing is divisible by 6. 117 is not even. So you don't even have to worry about it. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at number 9. Okay. On number 9, the rule for number 9 is actually quite simple. The rule for number 9 is just like 3. If the numbers add to something divisible by 9, then it is divisible. So you got to know your 9s, like 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90, kind of 99. You got to kind of know those. So if I did 17,810. Nope, 811 maybe? Hold on. I got to do 812. Okay, I'm going to add those up. 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 1 plus 2. When I add that up, 15, 16, 17. Whoa. 8, 16, 17. No, this is 11. We're going to make this an 11. Sorry. I thought I said 11 at first, but then I second guessed myself. It adds up, so my answer is yes. Okay, so you're just summing those digits. 2 plus 1 does not equal something that's divisible by 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 is divisible by 9. 7 plus 5 is 12, not divisible by 9. 9 plus 0 is 9, divisible by 9. Okay, this is where it starts to come in a little bit. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 is divisible. On the next one, 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6. That's not divisible. I would like you to try the next 3. Okay, 126. 126 is 3 plus, that's 9. That's divisible. 143 is 7 plus 1 is 8. That is not. And the last one adds up to 9, so that is divisible. Okay, and then the last one is tens. So anything, tens is kind of an easy one. It's easier than a 5. Okay, tens if it ends with a 0. Okay, so if I had 17,360, it ends with a 0, that's a yes. So this one is a little bit easier, just looking. Does it end in a 0? Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. Okay, do those last 3. Yes. Yes. No. So it works. Okay. All right, so use the rules. And so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to kind of zoom out so we can see the rules. So I want you to list the numbers that would work. Okay, 798, it ends in a 2, 4, 6, or 8, so it's divisible by 2. So I'm going to go down the list. Okay, is it divisible by 3? I'm going to add those up. 7 plus 9 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24, and 24 is divisible by 3. Okay, the next one is 4, and 4, I just look at the last 2 numbers. I know it doesn't go into 98. I didn't write it up here, but this would be 88, 92, 96, and 100. I know it's going to end at the 100, so I know it doesn't go into 98. 6 is easy because 6 is if it's divisible by 2 and 3, and it is. So 6 you have done by doing the other ones. 9, it adds up to 24. And 24 is not divisible by 9, so 9 doesn't work. And then we know 10 doesn't work because it doesn't end with a 0. Okay, so let's look at 925. I can zoom out just a little so we can read these. My eyes are getting old. Is it even? No. I'm adding them up. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11, I'm just going to write this number because I need it for the 3 and the 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. That's 16. That's not divisible by 3, so that doesn't work. If I cover the 9, are the last 2 divisible by 4? Nope, so that doesn't work. It does end in a 5, so it's divisible by 5. 2 and 3 don't go into it, and I added it up already, and 9 doesn't go into 16 either, and it doesn't end with a 0. So the only thing that works is 5. Okay, do 540. So it's even because it ends in a 0. Add it together, my answer is 9, so 3 goes into it. If I look at just the last 2 numbers, 40, 4 goes into 40, so it would go into 540. I know 5 works because it ends in a 0. 6 works because 2 and 3 work, right? 9 works because it's divisible, and it ends in a 0. So all of them go into 540. Okay. All right, let's take a look at 612. It's even, so 2 works. If I add them up, that's 7 plus 2 is 9, so 3 goes into it. If I look at the last 2 digits, 12, 4 goes into 12, so 4 would go into it. Okay, 5, it doesn't end in a 5 or a 0, so that's a no. 6 is a yes, because 2 and 3 go into it. 9 goes in here, so that works, and it doesn't end in a 0. Okay. All right, so let's look at 335. 335 is not even. If I add them up, it's 11. 3 plus 3 plus 5 is 11, so 3 doesn't go in. 35, 4 doesn't go into 35. It does end with a 5. It's not divisible by 6 because 2 and 3 don't go into it. It's not divisible by 9, and it doesn't end in a 0. So 5 is the only thing. Okay, 467. So on 467, it's not even. If I add them up, that's 10, that's 17, and 3 doesn't go into 17. If I look here, I know 64 and 68, so 67 doesn't work. It doesn't end with a 5. 2 and 3 doesn't go into it, so 6 doesn't. 9 doesn't go into 17, and it doesn't end in a 0, so this is a none. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, and this is kind of starting now that we're kind of back, and I'm going to give you, I would like you to have these ones done this week kind of stuff. So, sorry, so anyway, I need you to pause the video, and then I'm going to write, after you're done, I want you to unpause it. I'm then going to write down the answers quick, If you miss any and you don't see why you missed it, then I want you to text me. And this is notes page 2. Sorry, I forgot to mark it. Notes page 2. I want you to text me and say on page 2, number 13, I didn't understand how you got your answer, because then I'll come to page 2 and I'll send you it. So we're going to do this quite a bit where you pause the video. So I want you to pause the video, and then I want you to do these questions. I want you to do 7 through 16. I want you to pause and do all of these, and then on pause and get your answers. All right, so it's just kind of like in class where if the teacher did something and you didn't get it right, you would ask. So please do not be afraid to text me and say you don't get what you did wrong. The answer for 7 is 2 and 4. The answer for 8 is 3 and 9. The answer for 9 is 3 and 5. 10 is 2 and 4. 11 is 3. 12 is none. 13 is 2 and 4. 14 is 3 and 9. 15 is 2 and 4. And then 16 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Okay, so now you'll do the assignment that goes along with this.